Hello dear students. In this video we will see that divide operation that we saw in the previous video is extended operator in relational algebra. That is, divide operation is implemented rather by using basic operators of relational algebra. Now, two basic operators in relational algebra that are used for implementing divide are cross product and minus operation. Let us take on this problem again. By the way, it is expected that students know what is divide operation. If we are having two relations R1 and R2, where R1 has roll number of the student and the course in which that student has enrolled. So as we see that roll number 1 has enrolled for courses C1 and C2, roll number 2 has enrolled for course C1 and C2, but roll number 3 has enrolled only for course C2. And the other table R2, other relation R2 is containing all the courses that are offered by our institute. So only two courses are offered by our institute, C1 as you see and C2. Now we are interested in knowing which roll numbers or rather which students have enrolled for all the courses. As you can clearly see that roll number 1 has enrolled for both courses C1 and C2, and roll number 2 has enrolled for both courses C1 and C2, but roll number 3 has not enrolled for all the courses. So the result of division operation should contain only roll number column, which will have values 1 and 2. But then how is this R1 divides R2 implemented? What happens really when division operation has to be implemented is that there are some steps involved. The first step is that we take a cross product, check the word. We take the cross product of roll number column of R1. I'll better write it. Cross product. We take a cross product of RNO, that's roll number of R1 with course of R2. So the first column, this roll number column of R1 is taken, roll number column of R1, and cross product with course column of R2 is done. Let's first of all find out this cross product and then understand why this is done. Now, as you know, cross product means each entry in this roll number will be joined with each entry in the course. So one will be joined with C1, one will be joined with C2, correct? 2 will be joined with C1, 2 will be joined with C2, 3 will be joined with C1 and C2, and obviously 1 was already joined with C1 and C2, 2 was already joined with C1 and C2, so we won't get duplicate rows. So in that sense, the cross product getting found can be written like this. Project roll number from R1, we want only roll number, correct? Cross product project course from R2. Which columns are we taking from R1? Only roll number. And the column in R2 is course. So if you take cross product is going to contain roll number and course. Now this course we have taken from R2, this roll number from R1. So what are we going to get? Is we are going to get 1 C1, 1 C2, 2 C1, 2 C2, 3 C1 and 3 C2. I hope you have understood the cross product. Now what is this cross product indicating? You just check. This cross product is a new table or a temporary relation which is saying that all the students have taken all the courses. Are you following? Just check. Roll number 1, observe, has taken both courses C1 and C2. Roll number 2 has taken both courses C1 and C2. Roll number 3 has also taken all courses C1 and C2. So we start assuming that all the roll numbers have enrolled for all the courses. And how did we do that? We took only roll number column from R1, only this column, and each entry in this column was joined with all the courses of R2. So we projected roll number from R1, we projected course from R2, and we found out the cross product. But surely this is not true, isn't it? All the students have not enrolled for all the courses. But this is the result of cross product. Now what we do is, we do a minus operation on this. Just check this. This is the cross product. I will put it again in one more bracket and we subtract it from, just check very carefully, we subtract it from R1. Clearly, R1 has two columns, isn't it? Roll number and course. R1 is having two columns, roll number and course. And this portion of cross product is also having roll number and course. We are just subtracting it from all tuples of R1. So for our reference, I will write R1 table over here again. This is our R1 table with which the subtraction is getting done. And I will have to refer a few things, but I recall that roll number 1 has taken the course C1, roll number 2 has taken C1, 3 has taken C2. C1, 3 has taken C2, 1 has taken C2, and I think 2 has taken C2. Okay, 2 has taken C2. So these two tables, this is the temporary table of cross product and this is R1 table, are getting subtracted. Now subtraction operation means those tuples which are there in the left hand side but not there in the right hand side. So you can see that 1C1 won't be selected in our result because 1C1 is present in the other table also. 1C2 won't be selected because 1C2 is present in the other table also. 2C1 won't be selected because it is present in this right hand side table. 2C2 won't be selected, again it is present over here. 3C1 will be selected because 3C1 is such a tuple in the left hand side table which is not there in the right hand side. So I am writing the result over here of the subtraction. It will contain roll number and course, correct? And it will contain 3C1. But 3C2 won't be selected because it is there in the left hand side table and right hand side table. So by the way, in our extended operation, cross product followed by subtraction with R1 has yielded us this result. Now what is this result all about? Clearly observe, this result shows that there is one student with roll number 3 who has not taken the course C1. Clearly observe. That means it will find out the students who have not taken particular courses. It means that 3 is the odd man out. 3 is such a roll number who has not taken all the courses. Why was 1 and 2 not there in this final result? 1 and 2 was not there because 1 and 2 has taken all the courses. But 3 is there in this result because 3 has not taken all the courses. And which course has 3 not taken? Yes, C1. Okay. Now, coming back to this extended operation, we still have to further go with this. I will put this entire thing again in the bracket. This much has been done and I hope you have understood. Now from this result, I am going to project only roll number. So this was our result which had roll number and course. Now we are projecting only roll number from this result. So now we have roll number is 3. What is this again? Come back to the point. This is the student who has not taken all the courses. Fine. Now finally what is done is, I will put this again in one more bracket. Now finally what is done is that from this result, we subtract all the roll numbers. So project roll number minus all this. But from which table are we going to take these roll numbers? Hello, we want all the roll numbers. And where do you get all the roll numbers? Yes, exactly. We get all the roll numbers. I'm so sorry for this. We get all the roll numbers, of course, from R1 table. So take all the roll numbers and subtract it. Okay. So I'll write it clearly, but what are all the roll numbers? I'll write it here on the left hand side. This is what we are doing. Take all the roll numbers from R1, subtract it from that big result that was written. Cross product followed by subtraction, followed by project operation of roll number. Now all the roll numbers are 1, 2, and 3. You subtract it. Then 1 is present in left hand side but not there in right hand side. So 1 is selected. 2 is present in left hand side but not on right hand side. So 2 is selected, but 3 is not selected. And these are the roll numbers who has taken all the courses. Genuinely 1 and 2 is our result. So what were the steps? We can split the steps like this. Let's say T1 is the result of the following: project roll number, only roll number, from, what did we do first? Yes, we took roll number from R1, did a cross product with course of R2, correct? Let's put this in one more bracket. This gave us a new or temporary tuple which says that all the students have taken all the courses, and we subtracted it from R1. What this gave us? This gave us the roll number of the students, yes, only roll number of the students who have not taken all the courses. Let's say T2 is the result, temporary tuple again. What did we do after that? What we did is we took all the roll numbers. From where will we get all the roll numbers? Yes, we will get all the roll numbers from R1. So in our example, all the roll numbers were 1, 2, and 3. And finally, we say we wanted to find R1 divides R2, correct? R1 divides R2 is given by T2 minus T1. So this in our example was 1, 2, 3, and this result was 3 was the student who has not taken all the courses. So if you do T2 minus T1, 1 and 2 will be the result. Just check, these relational algebra expressions are so important, and I found this to be interesting because this gives us really the application of cross product and minus operation. So we will have one more chance of looking at this extended operator divide, as there is one gate question asked on divide operation, which we will see in the next video. Thank you very much.